Hi guys, it's Becca. How are you? Happy Friday. It's my day off. Last night was a little bit crazy. My grandson had a little bit of an emergency and had a seizure last night. In the evening, he had spiked a temp quick. And we're not sure if it's from that. He also has a cold, but we were down there for a while. So today he saw his doctor, and thank you for the prayers. All is well. He's going to see a neurologist. Sorry, my hair is crazy, at Boston Children's. But what I'm making for you guys is my potato salad, which everybody seems to like and ask for. And I have a couple tricks and things I do so that I don't dirty a ton of dishes and bowls and everything. Right now, I've peeled 5 medium russet potatoes, and I boiled those I started in cold water. I peeled and diced them. We don't like ours super small, so I diced them into larger, maybe 1 inch by 1 inch pieces, and I started them on cold. I boiled them hard for 10 minutes and then I shut the water off and I've covered them, and they're going to sit for another 10 minutes or so. I've drained half the water, but then I'll drain the rest. I also hard boiled 6 eggs that I put in the bottom of the pan, add cold water, turn on high. I let them boil hard for 5 minutes, and then I cover them, shut them off, and cover them for 20 minutes. Now, my potato salad, I use any potatoes that are on sale. This 5 pound bag was only $2, so that's what I got. If my kids eat my potato salad, they don't like celery and onion in it, but my husband and I do, so it's going in tonight. Um, I leave it out for them to a certain degree. So this is a trick. I use a Ziploc bag, a big gallon size one when I make this. I flip over the edges so they stay clean. And I put it at the top of my cutting board and kind of flatten it to a bowl. So if you see, they're at my top of my cutting board. Now I already grated. I cut in half a decent sized onion. And by doing so, I just cut off the ends of the onion. And then I cut it in half like that, and I take off the skin. Now, this is a neat little trick to get carrots or onions or anything else to flavor food into something that maybe somebody who doesn't like will eat. So what I do is I then take this bag, and I've got my onion that has kind of, 2 pieces, but a large flat side like that. I take my grater. I'm going to use this part of the cheese grater, but you could go smaller if you wanted. I'm just going to use that because we don't mind the onion, and I set it into the plastic bag. So what I do is take this flat part and I just start grating. And what that's going to do is give me really fine grates of this onion, and it's also going to start making some onion juice, which is definitely going to help flavor my potato salad. So you just work at it. Don't cut yourself. I wear gloves to cook just because, I don't want to pass any germs on or whatever. But I had seasoned pork chops and switched the gloves to new ones. So the part that I don't grate down because I don't want to get cut, I just put to the side because I'm going to chop that. This one's sliding, so I'm not even going to risk it. So then I just tap it, and that all comes out, and there's juice on the bottom. I just take my hand inside, grab whatever I can, and put it in. So that's a trick to get veggies like in your meatloaf or salads or whatever, for kids especially, or people who don't like big chunks, say, of onions or don't even want it. My kids, hopefully they don't see this video. That seasoned a lot of meals when they were growing up. Soups, my shepherd's pie, that is their favorite meal always, even as adults. I have grated onion into stuff for years. They never minded carrots, but they don't like onions raw, especially. Now, they hate celery. All 3 of my girls hate celery. I love it. My husband could take it or leave it. So I'm only putting 2 decent-sized stalks in. And all I do for those is I cut them in half, the lengthwise, like that. And then I'm going to actually slice those pretty thin. I don't mind big chunks, but like I said, he could take it or leave it. He likes it, in tuna salad or what have you. And I'm going to just put it in this potato salad. It gives a nice crunch. The other thing, the way I'm doing it in the bag, it's going to be sitting there for a little bit before the potatoes and eggs get added to the salad. So it's going to sit in what I'm going to basically have as our potato salad dressing, which will help to a little bit soften some, not terribly. So that was the 2 stalks of celery right into the bag. Quick, easy. I had chopped off the ends and washed them first. So here's my bag. It's got the onion and the celery. I'm going to lay it back down like a bowl. I should probably pull it where you can see. So now what I'm going to do is go to what I use in mine. So if I have both sweet and dill relish, I put both in, a little bit of both. I put some Coleman's mustard in. I put a little bit of apple cider vinegar, although of making it for one of my daughters, I can't because she has an allergy to apples. Worcestershire sauce. Mayonnaise, not Miracle Whip, mayonnaise. Cracked black pepper. Cracked sea salt. Some thyme leaves that are dried and crushed, although if you have fresh, that would be phenomenal. Some parsley flakes. If I have fresh, I use it, but I don't right now. Some onion powder. A little bit of the Goya adobo. Sometimes I leave that out. Sugar. So what I'm going to do first is take the dry. So my dry is going to be this Coleman's dry mustard. And it gives a little bit of a kick to salads. So this is a teaspoonful, and I'm just sprinkling that in. You add more or less to your own liking. I'm going to take